This note is for the book. This is about when I went to the military to try to join, and I was refused thanks to my mother and father. So keep in mind, my mother and father were trying to get money for Social Security when I was living with them, recover losses, as well as the plan was when I was 18 that they would just pay me and I wouldn't have to worry and they could just drop me off someplace. That was kind of the plan. But that didn't work out because my mother was lying and manipulating about me, and lies never get you anywhere. So when I was 18 or 19, I went to the recruiting offices. I went to the National Guard. I went to the Army. I also went to the Navy. Oh, sorry, not Navy, Coast Guard. None of them would take me. They couldn't tell me why. They would just look up my name, my social security, and they would say, nope, no, we sorry, we have some, information that says we can't recruit you. And then I looked into that, and apparently it's what my mother was saying all those years means I can never join the military or never have a weapon. If I want to protect myself with a gun because somebody is stabbing me or robbing me all the time, I have no right to have a firearm, as well as I have no right to join the military at any time. And that's because they were pushing a suicidal depression type narrative. Now, the medications that I was taking caused me to feel suicidal and depressed. As well as if I'm living in the woods having seizures all the time, I don't want to live like that, but I still want to live. I just don't want to live like that in the woods, seizing 3 times in a row with no way to move, freezing to death, about to die from exposure. I don't want to live like that. But when I was 18 or 19, that's the first thing I tried to do was join the military, and I was turned down thanks to my mother and father's decision making. The only decision making I made was to take my medicine and tell the truth that the medicine was making me depressed, that the medicine was making me feel suicidal. But because I told the truth about the medicine, now I can never join the military. And I think that's a little messed up, that an opportunity that everybody else is able to receive, I can't receive because my symptoms of my medication weren't reported properly. Instead of the medication, depression and suicidal thoughts was on the paperwork for the medication, but instead of trying to report symptoms with the medication, they reported that this was always me. Oh, I was always suicidal. I was always depressed. That's not true. I'm not depressed ever as long as I don't take medication. And I don't get suicidal at all unless I take medication or I'm already going to die. If I'm about to die of like exposure and I'm seizing repeatedly and people are beating me and trying to rob me and I'm getting seriously injured and my legs are being broken or things like that, then yes, I'm not going to want to live like that, but I still want to live. If there's an opportunity to get out of that situation and work hard, I will take it. But I think that the fact that I couldn't join the military because of something my mother and father wanted to go with, a narrative that they wanted to push, that's kind of messed up. As well as I'll never be able to protect myself. People can rob me all they want and there's nothing I can do about it. And if I call the police, they don't want to do anything because I seem like a crazy homeless guy or a crazy low income guy. And when they do a background check or type my name in, that's all they're going to find. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now. And that's what I dealt with at 18, 19, 20 trying to join the military.